Jax, I'm a dead man, Leo said. His heart did not just sink. It performed a leaden swan dive into the pit of his stomach. The notebook was not just a collection of notes. It was the Manifesto of Love, a 90-page document of pure, unadulterated adolescent cringe. It contained poems about the way Chloe's hair smelled like green apples, sketches of their future wedding cake, and a 3-page essay titled Why Our Zodiac Signs Are Destined for Eternal Harmony. There was a pause on the other end of the line. Leo could hear the crunch of chips. Okay, first of all, that's a terrible metaphor. Second of all, we have a code red. I'm calling the council. Meet us behind the gym in 20 minutes. Do not bring the glow sticks. We need stealth within the lockers and tire. And he's willing to send to locations today. If so, the time of Cain and that gym meet and he can shame. It can just cage your impatience. Shell jagged bursts. Leo painted gymnasium smelled of damp asphalt, his sneakers squeaking against the pavement. Jax arrived first, wearing a black hoodie that was several sizes too large, making him look like a very anxious shadow. Behind him trailed Sam, who was currently trying to untangle a set of lockpicks from a key, and Toby, who was carrying a tray of lukewarm nachos, Einem in the Nederlands, thanking the Kamazingara moment to reels, and Jame. Those to do this comisize, and you vegetate, starvin'. We're turning to the superior will due west. I could have stayed behind us and try not to faint. This is your heart on the line. Or at least, your dignity. Let's move. They slipped through the music wing, where the sound of 100 off-key trumpets muffled their footsteps. The hallway was bathed in a sickly yellow light that made everything look like a scene from a low-budget horror movie. As they approached the cafeteria, the thumping bass of a popular pop song vibrated through the floorboards. Okay, stop, Jax whispered, flattening himself against a trophy. Look at that to the perimeter. Run, Jax yelled. They scrambled into the cafeteria just as a siren began to wail from the robot's vocariole. Their vold is older as the cashend. Vex, ganting, heavy-duty sanitation. Please vacate to the perimeter. You are not water. You are the skinniest, Leo. You go up first. We'll boost you. You crawl through to the other side and open the back door of the chem lab. It's the only way to bypass the drama brigade guy and the incited Zeri my body. Privately, they and Naya, 97 sticks to rehearse their interpretive dance of the elements for the midnight showcase. To get to Wing B, we have to walk right past them. And look who's directing. Leo looked at the dark, narrow opening of the vent. He hated tight spaces. He hated dust. But he hated the idea of Chloe reading his poem about her elbows even more. Fine, he muttered. But if I get stuck, leave me there. Just tell my mom I died doing something cool, like fighting a bear. The end tiles leaving him shaky-os. Leo crawled on his hands and knees, the flashlight on his phone casting long, distorted shadows against the galvanized steel. He could hear his friends' muffled voices below him, offering encouragement that sounded suspiciously like they were taking bets on whether he would fall through the ceilings. Keeps going, Leo. His reach will get her the piter down. The lab was dark, filled with the silhouettes of beakers and Bunsen burners. He dropped down, landing on a lab stool with a loud clack. He froze, waiting for the sirens, the shouting, the end of his... But there was only the hum of the refrigerator where they kept the enzymes. He ran to the door and unlocked it, letting in the others. Yesta's hand closed around the cover through the high windows. They looked like rows of silent sentinels. Leo's hands were shaking so hard he could barely hold his own phone. Leo held the notebook behind his back, his heart performing a frantic tap dance against his ribs. Jax, ever the quick thinker, stepped forward with a smile that was about 3 shades too bright to be convincing. "Mr. Henderson," Jax exclaimed, his voice booming. "What a coincidence. We were just practicing," Henderson asked, narrowing his eyes. He began to shuffle his feet, waving his free arm in the air while keeping the manifesto tucked firmly against his lower back. "It has her," they chorused. They bolted in the opposite direction, toward the back exit of the school. But as they reached the heavy steel doors that led to the athletic field, they found them chained shut. "Surety measure for the dance," Sam groaned, tugging at the heavy padlocks. "They don't want kids sneaking out to their cars. We're trapped in the building until the 24-hour mark, or until a parent picks us up. We can't just walk out the front door with the Enstei. Tiders of the Stolen, here they go how." She'll going to the locker. She'll see the notebook is gone. She'll know someone was there. No, she won't, Sam said, grabbing Leo's arm. She'll just think she misplaced it. But we have to get out of her line of sight. Now, they haven't a stand. He felt the notebook slipping. The spiral was sliding against his skin. Any second now it would drop to the floor, right at her feet. What are you doing? Toby asked. May burst through the double doors into the cool night air. The suggestion of a mechanical uprising was enough to send the already exhausted dance-a-thon participants into a frenzy. Students scattered. Mackenzie's elements broke formation. And in the confusion, Jax grabbed Leo by the collar and hauled him toward the exit. Go, 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 Jax yelled, but I ran standing by that to a country aid of land and